Hello, everyone. Well, once again, the Williams Brass Fairy has visited my front door. So we got something in the mail yesterday or the day before or something. I can't remember. I work too much. But anywho, I thought I would share this with everyone. This is a locomotive I've been looking for a long time. I was really surprised that it showed up in its original shipper. That was not mentioned in the ad in any way, but that's fine. The locomotive was also advertised as non-running, but in like new condition. So it was a decent price, so I figured I'd take a chance. And let me show you what I found. Look at my Lucas bag of box of oil or whatever I buy there. Oh, one I've truly been looking for a long time. The 1990 cab forward. So very cool, very cool. I've only been looking for one of these since, well, 1990 when it came out. But fun fact, when this guy came out, I was going to buy this, but something else came out a little bit after this, or was announced for pre-order, and I decided to go with that. And that was, hold on, let's go over to the workbench real quick, the Right of Way brass Alcos. They were roughly the same price. I ended up buying the Right of Way units, but anywho, that doesn't matter because now I'm back to owning this guy, which makes me very happy. So I bought, as usual for me, I took this thing out of the box. It specifically said no instructions or anything like that. So hold on, let me put you down for a sec here. Here's all that lack of instructions. Not only did it have instructions, it had the wiring schematic disassembly instructions. There's the operating instructions, and it had an original Williams warranty registration card. The 1-year warranty back then. I miss these old Williams boxes. So cool. They did the graphic of the locomotive on the outside. The styrofoam is embossed with Williams electric trains. It's just cool. So hold on, let's put the cover back on there, and then we will go over and look at the locomotive itself. There we go. And everybody knows a little bit about the Southern Pacific cab forward, but I'll talk about it a little bit, some stuff you might not have heard. So yeah, look at that thing. Pretty cool. Oh, and remember I said doesn't run. Looks to me like it runs pretty good. So, I'll make you laugh. So, to the place I bought this from, if you'd like to see if a Williams locomotive actually does work, plug the tender in. I plugged the tender in and the thing fired right up. So, absolutely no problems. So what did I get this literal, and I'm not kidding, I flipped it over. Never had smoke fluid in it. Rollers were perfectly clean. Once again, I think this thing was brand new. $266 to my door. So I'd say I got a decent deal. I've actually kind of got a sound system for this that I'll probably install myself, but I haven't decided yet, so we'll see. But anyway, I thought that was kind of cool, and I can tell you a couple other things here about cab forwards that you may or may not have known. So, hold on. So the cab forwards actually started out as normal locomotives, believe it or not. They were classes MC1 and MC2, and what that stood for was mallet. I say mallet. They were mallet consolidations. Southern Pacific grouped them that way because they were 2882, so it had been 28082, so they considered it two consolidations put together. The MC1 and MC2 were the ones that actually were first converted into cab forwards, and when they did that, they became AC1 and AC2. They had classes AC1 through AC12, all of which being cab forward designs and Baldwin built, with the exception of the AC9, which was Lima built, and it also was a conventional style Yellowstone. I consider the later cab forwards, the 4882s, to be part of the Yellowstone family. And also, if you ever wondered, AC stands for articulated consolidation. So, a name that just stuck. Another thing I can tell you about Southern Pacific steam engines that nobody else has ever told you. A lot of guys will, well, not the guys that watch my videos, but there's other people on YouTube that'll tell you things like, oh, you need the prototypical stars. Do you know what the prototypical stars even mean? Okay, here we go. The stars on the Southern Pacific locomotives, basically the symbols on the wheels denoted bearing or lubrication types, all right? If you see stars on the wheels, which you would see on 4294 or you would see on 4449, that was Southern Pacific's patented automatic spring pad lubricators. So that would alert shop crews what type of lubrication system the locomotive used. GS5s did not have stars. They would have a circle with dots. And what that indicated was that those locomotives were equipped with roller bearings. So, there you go. Now you know what the prototypical stars mean. But anyway, I just wanted to share this thing real quick. I thought it was extremely cool. I got one hell of a deal on it. I can't believe how cheap it was. I don't know why I keep getting lucky on this stuff. I guess it's because nobody else wants it. But that's fine with me. Go ahead and keep not buying it so I can buy it. So I have no problem with that. But yeah, like I said, this guy's obviously a runner. It'll go nice and slow. I'm going to open it up and do my changing of the grease and everything because, like I said, I don't think this thing's ever been run, so I'm assuming that grease is going to be that waxy type stuff that we pulled out of the New York Central Niagara not that long ago. But and then another thing, and I might actually do a video on that. I'll have to take the body off to do the lubrication. I'll probably add some windows in here. I've shared my secrets on how I add windows to stuff with some of my other train nerd buddies, but I can probably do a video on that. That'll probably be in the fall. I'm not going to worry about it right away. But, yeah, I like this guy. So, I mean, who can complain? I got a perfectly running scale brass cab forward for $266. Don't mind that one bit. One thing I thought was kind of nice, these, most of your Williams have two coupling positions for the tender. As you can see, you can get it pretty close. But if you want to see a prototypical gap, hold on here. Let me grab the Williams GS4 real quick. Granted, I don't run it like this because it's even too tight. It's too close for 072. I'm still here. Hold on. That is a prototypical locomotive tender gap. Williams knew what they were doing, so. But yeah, just, I don't know, my Southern Pacific fleet is becoming quite complete here. And another thing that I've mentioned to some of my other, some of my train buddies is I've got almost the entire Williams 1990 Crown Edition line in my possession now. The only locomotive I am missing is the Norfolk and Western J. But other than that, I have every single other one they made in 1990. And if anybody cares, that would be the Mikado. That would be the New York Central Niagara. And the Camelback. So they brought out more brass steam locomotives in 90 than they did in any other year. So that was kind of the golden era for me. As a young guy, as a young lad, scale brass is just where it was at, you know. And this one would have had, you could have got QSI in it option. Well, it's got the QSI reverse unit, but you could have got QSI sound in it. The sound unit that I am thinking about putting in is also QSI, but is the only correct sound system for a cab forward. I've kind of gone over that locomotive before. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But that would only do this thing justice. But yeah, just a real quick video here. I just kind of wanted to show this off, and I figured for once I would actually review the product before I ran it during a short or something like that. But I'll get this one up there in the attic, and we'll run it around because, you know, that AC9's been lonely. He's been missing his articulated buddies here. So anyway, like I said, just a quick video. I hope you got something out of that. Anyway, I will catch you guys on the next one. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Later.